Hey Unraiders, and welcome to another video. Now honestly, I can't believe it's the end of February already. This year is just whizzing by. But if you're in the Soho space, or you're just trying to get your home office properly digitized, 2026 has been a good year for us so far. Now recently we've done a whole series on paperless NGX, setting up the base stack, adding OCR with Tika and Gothenburg, and then bringing in AI classification in the final video. Now if you missed that, there's going to be links in the description below. But this month we're looking at what I think is the perfect companion for that setup, Stirling PDF. Now I just want to say you don't actually need paperless to use this. Stirling PDF works brilliantly as a standalone PDF workbench all on its own. But if you have got paperless, running the two together is a really powerful combination. So we've all been there, right? You get that contract through that needs a signature, or you're applying for something and they want you to send over a bank statement, but you don't want your sort code and account number just sitting there in someone's inbox. Usually that means just uploading your private documents to some free online PDF site, handing over your data to who knows who, just to do something really basic. Well, with Stirling PDF, all of that stays on your own server. It's 100% local, completely free, and it's got proper professional tools. Signing, redacting, merging the lot, and no Adobe subscription, which is the really cool thing. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through getting this installed on Unraid, and then I'll show you what I think are some of the most useful and powerful features of this month's App of the Month, Stirling PDF. Okay, so let's get started, and we'll go across to the Apps tab and search here for Stirling PDF. Now you'll notice here that there's no icon here, so it's not the flashiest. Hopefully the author of this template can update that so we have a nice icon, but it doesn't affect anything. So let's just click install. Now for me it says some ports are already in use, so that's something I'm going to have to change. So it's using port 8080, which is a very common port for containers to use. So I'm going to scroll down here, just have a look at my Docker allocations, and so it's using the same port as my paperless GPT. So really easy to change. I'm just going to make it 8085. Now there's nothing really we need to fill in the template. There's just a few things I wanted to point out here, in case you're wondering what they are. The system Google visibility set to no. If you are exposing this online through a reverse proxy or something, all it does is it sets the settings so that Google doesn't actually index your site. Now also something else here, we can see here Docker enable security is set to false. Now in fact it doesn't matter what you set this to, true or false, you will always have to set up a username and password, and you'll always have to log in. So it doesn't actually make any difference what you're setting this to. Now this metrics enabled here sounds a bit weird. Now don't worry, nothing's phoning home, nothing's giving any information to anyone else. All this does is enable some internal API endpoint so you can monitor the health and usage of Stirling if you're running something like Prometheus or Grafana. So you can leave it as true and it will pretty much sit there doing nothing. Okay, so let's click apply and pull down the container. Okay, I can't really handle having no icon here, so I'm actually going to edit this and switch across to the advanced view here. Now the icon URL, it is the correct one from the GitHub repo, but for some reason it gives a 404 error. So I'm going to paste this one in here, which you will find in the description of this video, and I'm going to click apply, and it will give us a nice icon. Okay, much better. Okay, so now let's open up the Stirling PDF web UI and start the onboarding process. Now we can see here the default login credentials are admin and Stirling here, but we are going to need to change them after we log in for the first time. Okay, so here we are logged in. Now here we can choose whether we want to opt into analytics. I'm going to choose no. And first thing we need to do is to set a new admin password. Now it has to be fairly complex. Now, if you're ever going to expose this behind a reverse proxy, definitely make the password extremely strong. So after changing it, it brings us back to the login page and allows us to log in straight away. And nice, we can see by default, it's actually in dark mode, which is pretty cool. So here, let's click on to next. Now we can have a quick admin tour here, which will show you where various controls are. Now, if you don't want to go through this, it can be skipped. But it's worth having a quick look through when you first set it up. We're not going to look at too much here, as it's pretty much self-explanatory as you go through the wizard. Then when the wizard's finished, it's going to give us an option to actually download a desktop app for Stirling PDF. That's actually quite cool. You can install the app on Mac or PC and it will connect back to your server, but we don't need that right now. We're going to be using the web interface, so I'm just going to click skip for now. Now you'll notice here, the open core licensing permits up to 5 users for free per server. So long as you don't go over 5 users, this is totally free and no features are actually behind any paywall. But if you need more than 5, then the price can scale up quite a lot. Okay, so here we are on Stirling PDF's homepage. Now we can toggle across here to a full screen mode where we can see all of the different features that Stirling PDF has. Toggling this button here, it gives us a bit more details about what each of these functions actually does. Now I'm going to go back here, and I think the first feature we're going to talk about, let's look at signing a document. Now we've all had this, right? Someone sends you a contract or an agreement and they need your signature on it. Now the old way was basically to print it out, sign it with a pen, scan it back and send it off. Or for those of us who are a bit more tech savvy, we might have had a scanned copy of our signature and use something like Photoshop to edit it and then resave it, but it was a lot of effort. So what we can do here is we can upload a PDF straight into Stirling PDF. I'm going to open up this one here. Now here we can see the whole of the document here, and there's various different ways we can actually sign this document. We can draw our signature here. We can select and upload an image if we have a scan of our signature already. We could just type text in here if we wanted just a text signature, or here if we've got saved signatures, we could use a saved one that we had in Stirling PDF. Now I'm actually going to sign this in here with my mouse. And once we've done that, we can actually move the signature around to where we want it to be. And we can do this multiple times if we wanted to, put it in multiple places. And once we're happy with the size and positioning, we can just click Apply Signature. And if we scroll down, we can see we've managed to sign this document. So what we'll do now is just click on the download icon here and save it back onto our PC. So really easy to actually sign documents, as you can see, just takes a few moments. And if I wanted to, I could save this as my personal signature. Then when I come across to the Save tab here, we can see there's a signature here for me to use next time. Now, one thing I'd suggest, if you've got a clean signature on a white background, maybe something you've signed on a piece of paper and scanned it, save that as a ping, upload it, and that way you've got a really professional looking signature you can reuse every time, rather than trying to draw one with your mouse. Because let's be honest, nobody's signature looks good drawn with a mouse. Okay, so next up is the one that I think is genuinely impressive, and that's auto-redaction. So if I click on this button here, and let's upload something else. Let's upload this fake court case document here. And let's think about this. We've got a document with someone's name all over it, a witness statement, a report, anything with personal details, and you need to share it, but you want to strip out that name first. Now you could go through page by page, find every instance, black them out one by one, but Stirling PDF can actually do this automatically. So let me show you how. So we've got our document here. It's a witness statement from the District Court of Coruscant, very serious business, and the claimant's name, Kira Sindulla, well, it appears all over it. It's in the header and multiple times in the body. So what we can do here is leave the mode on automatic, and here we put in the words we want to redact. So here I can put in the person's name. Now I could put it in as a full name, or I could put it in twice as the first name, second name. I'm just going to put it in as the actual full name here. Now under the advanced here, we can actually change the color of the redacting. I'm going to leave it as black. I'm going to use regex and whole word search. And now we just need to click redact. So now if we open up this PDF again now, we can see here the redaction is complete. And everywhere where that name appears, well, we can't see it anymore. So it saves a lot of time. Really useful feature, I think. As well, we can download any of these files directly from this view here. By clicking on the file button at the top here, we can download this file here, which we've just redacted. Or if we needed another copy of this, for instance, we could download this again as well. So as well as that, we can actually remove them from here or view them. So I'm going to remove them now. And let's move on to the next feature. Now this one's dead simple, but you'd be surprised how often you actually need to use it. So let's click on merge here, and here we need to add some files that we want to merge. So I'm going to upload some more files now. So we've got a cover letter here, a CV and a reference. So let's upload these, and we can see here it says 3 files are selected. So the one being displayed here is the third one, the reference, but here we've got the cover letter, the CV, and obviously lastly the reference. So all we need to do is basically click merge, and this has made it into one PDF. We can see here now it's 3 pages long, and we can click on download to download the merged document. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to remove this one. Now this next one's a quick one, but it's really useful, I think, if you're running paperless alongside Stirling. Now let's minimize this page here and look at my desktop on my Mac. So a lot of documents you get, bank statements, financial records, anything from the Galactic Credit Union, they come locked with a password. And each time we open them, we have to obviously put that password in. Now, if you're anything like me, you might get a document and you've totally forgotten what the password was that they said. So what we can do is we can bring this into Stirling. Now it's not going to open up because it's got a password. If we click here, we can see here it's been uploaded. So now let's go across to tools here. And here we don't want add password. So let's go across and look at the full view here. And let's type in password. So here we're going to click on remove password. And so I need to enter the current password of this document. And basically just click on remove password. Simple as that. And now we can view the document absolutely fine. And as always, just be able to download it with the password removed. So now we could go ahead and put that in our paperless instance. It's going to be able to scan it and read what's inside of it. But not only that, we never have to put that password in again to be able to open the document. So yeah, of course, it's really good that password protected PDFs are sent to us via email, because email basically is just like sending a postcard to someone through the post. It's not secure. But after we've actually received it, we don't really want to have that password on our PDF documents. So I think it's a really useful feature. So as you could see earlier, with passwords as well, we can actually add a password to a document. So for example, if I wanted to add a password to this court case document here, I just open it. So here we can see 2 different password fields. We've got the user password and the owner password. Now the user password, imagine that's like a lock to actually open the door. Without the user password, you can't even view the PDF. So I'm going to put in a password here for that. Now I could leave it as that and just encrypt it, and that's normally absolutely fine. But you can put in an owner password as well. And what that does is it allows various permissions of what you're actually able to do with the actual PDF. So if I click here, for example, I could say here, prevent from being able to print this PDF document. And then without the actual owner password, this wouldn't actually be able to be printed. Now, this kind of encryption is a bit of a gentleman's agreement, I would say, with PDF software, is it just grays out the print button, stopping you being able to actually print the document. But there would be nothing to stop you actually opening the document, taking a screenshot of it, etc., and then just printing that. But a useful feature nevertheless. So once you've got the encrypted PDF, you can just download it, send it to someone, and it's going to be secure. Now there's one more feature that I'm going to show you that I think is pretty cool. Now if we go back to tools here and let's minimize it back to the smaller view, we can see here we've got PDF text editor that's currently in alpha. Now one thing people have criticized Stirling about before is it doesn't actually have any type of PDF editor inside of the product, but well, now it does. So let's open up a document here, this property listing here from Sandcrawler Lettings on Tatooine, a very desirable neighborhood. But we can see here there's a couple of typos. Calendar has got ER, so let's change that to AR. And it looks like the R's missed out on February here, so let's add that in. And actually, this isn't unfurnished, it is actually furnished, so let's correct that. Now I'm going to be upfront. Obviously, this is an alpha for a reason. It's not going to replace a full desktop PDF editor for heavy work. You might find some documents with complex layouts don't play perfectly with it yet, but for quick text changes, fixing a typo, updating a date, correcting a name, it does the job. And the good thing is this is only going to get better over time as the Stirling team keep on developing it. So for those of you who've been waiting for proper PDF editing in Stirling, it's here, it's working, and it's getting better with every update. So that's Stirling PDF, and honestly, what we've looked at, the signing, the redacting, the merging, the password removal, the text editing, that's just scratching the surface. I mean, look at this list. There's page rotation, compression, watermarking, image conversion, OCR, it just goes on. And the thing that makes this so good is that it's running right here on our servers. The documents never leave our network, there's no monthly subscriptions, no upload limits, no dodgy third-party websites with 100 banners trying to get you to sign up for a premium plan. It's just yours. Now, if you watched my paperless NGX series last month, Stirling PDF, it really does slot right alongside perfectly. Use Stirling as the workbench to prepare your documents, sign them, redact them, merge them, strip the passwords off, and then let paperless file them away. But even on its own, it's one of those apps that I think, once you've got it running, you're going to wonder how you manage without it. Right, so that's it for this one. I really hope you found it useful. A like and subscribe, it would be really appreciated, and it generally helps our channel out. And if you've got any questions about Stirling, or you want to share how you're using it, please drop a comment below. I always read them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.